And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here for game number 2. We apologize for the delay. As you recap here, we are here in the top of the second inning right now. No score here between the Southern Jaguars and the Prairie University. Up to bat right now is the first baseman, Donnie Sandiford. As on the mound right now for the Panthers is number 41, Michael Dews, as he fires in the 1-1 strike. Now he drops in the curveball in for strike number 2 to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Started off with a fly out to center field and a strikeout. Next offering is a slider that misses away for run count now 2-2. Dews sets and offers a swing and a miss. Dews picks up his 4th strikeout already in this contest, and that's going to take us to the bottom half of the second inning. We have no score here in this game number 2. We're taking to the bottom of the second inning. Listening to the Rebroadcast Network, the voice of athlete. And welcome back to ladies and gentlemen to John Tankersley Field. As we do apologize, the game was scheduled to be scheduled to first pitch at 2 o'clock and changed it to 12. So we'll get in where we fit in, as we'll try to get the lineup and defensively set up as they go. But to recap the first inning for the Jaguars, their first batter, Tyler Hawkins, went down on strike, swinging in a full count. And then Michael Dews was able to retire the second baseman, Billy Mack, down on strike, swinging on a 1-2 count. And then he was able to retire Kyle Ratcliffe on a ground ball to second base to end his frame in the first. Throwing only 13 pitches, with 8 of those being strikes. As starting pitcher today for the Southern Jaguars is number 11, Lassie was able to get 3 up, 3 down in his first frame of work, getting Jalen Williams to fly out to right field, and then Mr. Forget grounding out to shortstop on a 6-3 put out. And then Jaden Monroe, batting third, playing first base today for the Panthers, struck out swinging. Drew was able to only have to throw 10 pitches. It's going to be 10 pitches back in that first inning. So quickly now, here he is, up in the count 1-2 to Michael Buros, playing left field for the Panthers, as Buros hits the ball back up the middle, and it's going to go into center field, as Buros is able to reach on base safely to start off this second inning for the Panthers. So now to bring up the right fielder, Michael Smith. So Michael Smith batting 5th today for the Panthers, playing right field. Smith will scram around, showing bunt, had to pull back, balls high. Now it's going to run the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Next offering is a change up the drops in there for a strike to run the count even to 1 ball and 1 strike. So now Drew working from the stretch. Right-hander drops in a curveball now in to run the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Decides to pick off a tempo there. Check on Mr. Bureaus, but he slides back in head safely. Count remains the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Michael Smith. 2 offensive swing and a miss. As Smith is going to go down on strike, swinging. Drew to pick up his second strikeout in this contest. 1 out here. Now bring up the third baseman, number 11, Trenton Bush. Trenton Bush's first pitch swing. This ball's going to be up the middle, but be able to cover it was the shortstop, KJ White, and then was unable to flip it over to second base. Jalen Mack, who was able to turn the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. As Panthers go no hits, no runs, no errors, no runners left on base. We're going to go to the top of the 3rd inning. We're scoreless here in game number 2 between the Southern Jaguars and the Prairie A&M University Panthers. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankerson Field. As we're getting set here defensively for the Panthers in the infield. Catching today will be number 33, Derek Lathan. Playing first base is Jaden Monroe. Playing second base is number 8, Legend Forget. Playing shortstop is number 7, Isaac Davila. And then playing third base, number 11, Trenton Bush, as Juice is able to drop in a first pitch curveball, strike 2. The leadoff batter here for the Jaguars, that's number 19. Rashard Grace. Rashard Grace, 1-1 pitch. The ground ball is hit to second base. Forget it. He's able to field in and retire Grace down. So now to bring up number 21, Jacoby Ratcliffe. Jacoby Ratcliffe might do his first pitch, strike in at the knees. To run the count now. No balls and 1 strike. Next offering misses outside. To run now count even 1-1. Southern was able to come out victorious in game number 1 yesterday by a score of 13-1, final in 7. So next offering from Dews misses outside. Run the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Dews right-handed working from ball that's hit. And a line drive up the middle, but Isaac Davila able to make the jumping catch to retire Mr. Ratcliffe on the line drive, the shortstop. So now to bring up number 5, second baseman, shortstop, KJ White. So quickly now, there is 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning for Dews, as now he throws in the first pitch, strike to KJ White. 0-1 offering from Dews, curveball that didn't catch the outside corner of the plate. Run the count out even 1-1. Like Dews is going to be working with fastball, curveball, a slider, and a changeup today. So he knows some mixes so far throughout him in this contest. So the next offering is to Dews. To White was fouled out of play. So now the count will run to a ball and 2 strikes. Next one is going to be a fastball. Is going to catch the inside corner and retire White down on strikes looking, and already Juice has picked up his 5th strikeout here in this contest. So it's going to take us to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Due up for the Panthers will be 7, 8, and 9 home here in John Chickasaw Field. Game number 2 is scoreless. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Now to bring up, to lead off this inning, number 15, Jordan Williams. It's like Jordan Williams is getting the designated hitting responsibility here in game number 2 as he takes first pitch. Striking is the next one. He's second pitch, and this one is going to touch him on by Jordan Williams. Home run that just got right over the 330 fence down left field. And that's how we get our first run here in this contest. Jordan Williams able to touch him on the solo bomb to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning. So now I'll bring up the catcher, number 33, Derek Lathan. On deck, batting in the 9 hole, is Isaac Dabla. Lathan takes Drew's first pitch in, striking at the knees. Next try from this is outside. Run the count even now to 1-1. Drew's offering 1-1-2. Lathan is a strike. Lathan thought it was a bit high. Count now, run, ball and 2 strikes. Next one, Slider's going to have Lathan out in front. He's going to be tired down on strike swinging. 4 pitch. Strikeout 4. Mr. Drew. So now to bring up Isaac Dabla. Dabla takes his first pitch. Misses outside high for ball number 1. Next offering is a curveball that dropped in. Run the count now, even 1-1. Dabla playing shortstop today for the Panthers. Next offering is slider from Drew. That's going to miss outside to run the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Ball's going to be hit back up the middle by Dabla. He's going to reach on base safely. So that's will now bring up the center fielder, number 1, Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams flied out back in the 1st inning of his first plate appearance. Flied out to right field. Now, Dabla's on the run. Had a good jump right there, but it looks like it's going to be a good throw to retirement time. Is that number 19, Grace. Rashard Grace playing catcher today for Jaguars. So he's able to catch Dabla. So that will be the second out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So now Drew will work from the windup now. Next offering is a ball that misses. Run the count out to 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball, it's going to hit the inside. Run the count out 2 balls and 1 strike to the Panthers center fielder. Curveball from Drew that misses high. Run the count now to 2 balls. 3 balls and 1 strike. And that 3-1 is going to miss low and away. And Williams gets the base on ball. So now to bring up the second baseman, Legend Forget. Forget grounded out to shortstop. His first plate appearance back in the 1st. So now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. The Panthers do lead right now by a score of 1-0 on the leadoff home run here in this bottom of the third inning by the designated hitter Jordan Williams. So now the first pitch from Jude to Forget. Hit the outside corner for a strike. It's a fastball. The next one, slider that got away. Run the count now even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Small lead for Williams. He was on the run, missed hit and run as Williams is going to steal base safely, but there's going to be batter's interference once again now, as Forget was not able to get out of the way, says Mr. Paula Lopez, today's home plate official. Now, home plate umpire, correctly. So now it'll bring up. Now we'll turn things over into the top of the 4th. Take us to 4. The Panthers get 1 run off 1 hit. No errors and no runners left on base. 1-0 is our score here in game number 2. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field, getting you set and ready for the top of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Jaguars will be their leadoff batter, center fielder number 50, Tyler Hawkins. Hawkins struck out swinging his first appearance back in the first inning as he takes Michael Drews offering in to run the count now even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss by Hawkins on the slider. Now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Southern center fielder. Michael Drews, curveball, nice block by catcher Latin. So now 2-2 is the count. Drews already has 5 strikeouts here, looking to pick up another one here. This is the ground ball, is hit foul towards left field side of the ballpark, but the count will remain the same to 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's going to be a curveball. It's going to drop and catch the back door of the inside plate to retire Hawkins there. So Drews is able to pick up his 6th strikeout here. So now to bring up the second baseman, Jalen Mack. Jalen Mack also struck out back in the first inning. So now it's 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning as Drews first pitch at the fastball that misses inside for ball number 1. Next offering from Drews, a curveball that drops in there for a strike to run the count to even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Next one's a ground ball that's fouled off of Mack's foot, heading towards Jaguars dugout. So now count will remain the same to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball from Drews that misses high. Now the count runs even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Jaguars' second baseman. Drews working from the windup now. Fires and the curveball is going to drop in there to retire. Mack looking. So already 3 strikeouts in a row for Drews. Now there's 2 outs here in top of the 4th inning. Now to bring up number 7, Kyle Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe playing right field today for Jaguars, as Drews' first offering to him is a fastball that misses low and away for ball number 1. Next offering is a fastball. Caught fat strike on the inside corners. Run the count now even. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 more offering is a change up. And had Radcliffe out in front to run the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jews trying to see if he can try to decide 1, 2, 3, all down on strikes, but this one misses. Fastball outside to run the count even now at 2-2. Deuce, 2-2 pitches. The ball is hit to left field. Making a play on it is Bills, and Bills is going to catch this one in fair territory. Heading right down the left field line. Had enough air on it as the wind is blowing straight out here today towards center field. Weather was about 81 degrees. It's a very windy day here. The sun is trying to peek its way out with some clouds showing right now, but yet another beautiful day here for some baseball. As with that fly out, it's going to take us to the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Jaguars get no hits, no runs, no errors, no run left on base. The Panthers are leading right now by a score of 1-0 here in game number 2. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here to John Tankersley Field. It's now to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Panthers will be first baseman Jaden Moreno. Moreno struck out swinging back in the first, and his first plate appearance as his first pitches in for a strike from Drew. His next offering is a change up and had Monroe way out in front on that one. So now he's quickly down in the count to no balls and 2 strikes. He chokes up on the bat here. A fastball that misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes is our count. Monroe batted from the left-hand side. The Panthers coming in wearing the gold jerseys with the purple ball cap. As this 1-2 offering is going to hit Monroe, as Monroe is able to reach base safely on a hit by pitch. Prairie with the white pants. Purple and yellow stripe going down the side. So the purple ball caps. Nice little look here for game number 2 as the Southern Jaguars coming in wearing the traditional all grays here with the navy blue ball cap. As Burrows' first pitch, trying to lay down a bunt, but that's going to foul straight back. The ball for a strike. So now Burrows is trying to sacrifice himself to advance. Monroe to second. He scores around early and gets this one up in the air, and this is not going to be caught by Grace, as Grace was trying to make a diving attempt on the bunt that was hitting the foul territory. Would have been an outstanding catch by Grace. Now, quickly down is Burrows on the 2 missed bunt attempts to no balls and 2 strikes. Next one is a ball is hit to the right side of the plate, out of play. Now, Burrows chokes up on the bat as well, and trying to just display his best 2-strike approach here. Next one, another foul ball is hit straight back, foul out of play. Count remains the same. Monroe's not showing no threat to steal second base right now at the moment. Doesn't have a big lead over there at first base. So now Drew. The ball is going to be hit down right over the third base head, as misplayed by Bird in left field will allow Monroe and Burrows to advance another bag, as it was for sure a base hit. But now we have under that second and third. Nobody out here. Now to bring up the right fielder, number 44, Michael Smith. So Brewers will be able to create a double right there off that base hit. So now bring up Michael Smith, who's 0 for 1 so far, as he takes first pitch as a slide on the outside for ball number 1. Runners in scoring position here for the Panthers, and they have a chance to extend their lead here. Already lead right now by a score of 1-0. Next offering from Drew to Smith is a fastball that misses high. Now quickly ahead in the count is Michael Smith. 2 balls and no strikes. Infield in for the Jaguars as this curveball drops in for a strike now to make the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch is a ball is just fouled away towards the Panthers dugout to run the count now even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base hit can score 2 for Smith as this ball's hit the opposite field. Going back, giving it a ride and not going to be able to have any room as Michael Smith is able to connect on the opposite field. Home run right over 370. Michael Smith able to extend that lead for the Panthers now. 4-0 is our score. Now to bring up third baseman, number 11, Trent Bush. Trent Bush grounded out into a double play back in the second inning. Still, there's nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Trent Bush's first pitch swinging hits a line drive base hit to right field. So now to bring up the man who started all this for the Panthers, the designated hitter, Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams hit a home run back in the 3rd. Solo home run to open up the scoring for these Panthers. Squaring around showing bunt, but the ball misses high. Ball number 1 to the freshman. Freshman out of Zachary, Louisiana. Next one, the ball is hit to the center fielder, Tyler Hawkins, but the ball stayed on the line. Had enough air for Hawkins to come up on it to retire Williams for the first out here. So now to bring up the catcher, Derek Lathan Jr. Lathan Jr. struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning. So now he's here looking at his second plate appearance here, and he takes the first pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 4-0 is our score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next offering from Drew. It's a fastball that misses away. So run the count even now to 1 ball and 1 strike. Decent lead over there for Bush as Bush is on the run as Grace's throw is going to be in time to catch Bush on the back leg as he was sliding headfirst in to second base. As third base umpire was making the call down to second base. Lance Barnes says he did get him in time, so now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 1 strike as this next offering is a ball that missed outside to Lathan. So he reaches on base on ball. So now to bring up shortstop number 7, Isaac Davila. Isaac Davila singled back in the 3rd inning as he takes first pitch strike on the inside corner. No offering is a breaking ball that couldn't catch the inside of the plate to run the count down to 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering from Drew was a fastball that missed outside to run the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Derek Lathan on first base. He just walked. Next one is a curveball that dropped in there, kind of froze Davila. So now the count will run to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next one is a ball hit off the end of the bat, off of Davila, right to the left fielder, Bird, and that will retire and end the Panthers' bottom half of the 4th. But the Panthers are able to extend their lead here off the 3-run home run by Michael Smith. They're able to get 3 runs off of 3 hits. No errors and no one runner left on base.
Your score, Southern 0, Prairie 4.
Now you're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field. As we're here for game number 2 in the top of the 5th inning. The Panthers leading right now by a score of 4-0. Drew's first offering to Bird. Dropped in for a strike. As he hits this next one, the line drive that's going to get over. Furrows his head in left field and hit the wall. And Bird is going to start off the top of the 5th inning with the leadoff double off the 1-1 count. So now to bring up the third baseman, Ryan Allison. Allison struck out, swinging back in the second inning in his first plate appearance. So he's 0 for 1 in this contest. Now, Dew's working from the stretch. This next one is going to hit Allison again, as Allison is going to be hit for the 3rd time in this series already. 2 times yesterday, and 3rd time was just his last time. So now he's going to be hitting his way down to first base. So now to make it runners at first and second, as Happy Mason wants to take this time out and just go talk to his starter right now and get him settled. We'll step away momentarily here. The Panthers leading by a score of 5-0 in the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field. That's the meeting from Happy Mason. Just finished up. He's making his way back to third base dugout. Now, we have no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Runners at first and second. Now to bring up first baseman Donnie Sandifer. He lays down the sacrifice bunt as Lathan is able to field it from the catcher position. Throw over to Jaden Monroe to retire Sandifer to pick up the first out here. So when runners will advance 90 feet, we have runners at second and third now. Now to bring up the catcher, Rashad Grace. Rashad Grace grounded out to second base, his first plate appearance back in the 3rd. Drew's offers a curveball. It's a bit low at the outside. Now, count is no balls. Excuse me, 1 ball and no strike. Next one is the ball is going to be hit to center field. Coming in making the play is Jaden Williams, as he's able to retire based on the sac fly. As Bird is able to tag up from third to come in to score to pick up their first run in here in game number 2. But But Allison was not able to advance to third off of the quick relay in from Williams. Now to bring up the designated hitter, number 21, Jacoby Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe lined out to shortstop. Davila made an outstanding leaping catch to retire Ratcliffe. So now he takes first ball from Dews for ball number 1. Dews checking going. Allison at second base as rears and fires back a fastball that drops in for a strike to run the count now even to 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-1 is our score here in the top of the 5th inning. The Panthers are leading. The one more offering from Dews is a curveball that had to be blocked. Nice block by Lathan. Now the count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck for Jaguars is the shortstop, number 5, KJ White. Dews comes set, kicks, fires a ground ball that's hit to Jaden Monroe. He plays the hop, is able to come up and charge it, but he's not going to be able to beat Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe came out the box hustling to beat out Monroe to the bag, as Monroe is kind of indecisive on wanting to flip it over to the covering Dewsley, but he insisted on taking it himself and kind of got caught ladder-gagging right there as Ratcliffe stuck with the play, was able to hustle it out, sliding in head first to beat the outstretched Monroe trying to step on the bag. So now it'll bring up KJ White with runners at first and third now. And it will be considered an infield hit by Ratcliffe. So now runners at the corners, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 4-1 is our score. Dews drops a curveball in. Join the count now even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Dews checks on Ratcliffe at first. Now comes set. Ratcliffe is on the run. He's going to be able to steal second base with no throw from Lathan. So now we have runners at second and third now. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. KJ White is up to bat. He had 2 walks. Start off this inning. This next offering is a strike that hits the outside corner fastball to run the count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dews 2-2 offering is a ground ball that's hit right to the first base. Coach of the Jaguars able to stick with it. As that it was TJ Perkins. So now to bring it up. Make it a 2-2 count as this fastball is going to catch the inside corner and retire KJ White once again. Down on strikes looking. That's going to take us to the bottom half of the 5th inning. But the Jaguars are able to pick up 1 run off 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. The Panthers are leading by a score of 4-1. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here. As first pitch swinging was Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams flying out in foul territory to the pitcher. Drew's coming off the mound. So now It'll bring up Legend Forget. It's Legend Forget. Struck out, grounded out to shortstop back in the first. It was called out for interference back in the third on the third down to second. So 4-1 is our score here in the bottom of the fifth inning. One out here. Let's forget it. Swing and a miss on this one to run the count down to no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 offering from Drew. 2. Forget. It's missed low. Run the count down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next one's a curveball. Is going to get Forget out in front. How quickly is there 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning? Now to bring up the first baseman, Jaden Moreno. Moreno struck out back in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the fourth, then was later able to come around to score off the 3-run home run by Smith back in the fourth. So now he takes first pitch in for striking at the knees, and the next one's popped it up in the air right on the outside of the infield, and that's going to drop. And as Monroe is able to reach base safely on the unusual double miscommunication there by the Jaguars, as the ball was sustained up in the air, and neither Hawkins or Ratcliffe made a call on it. It was a tough play for Mack to come out there to try to make the catch. So evidently that ball drops in, and Monroe's in for a 2-out double. So now bring up the left fielder, Michael Burrows. Burrows is 2 for 2 on the day so far with a double and a single. Burrows has a 1-0 count here. Next off of the ground ball that's back up the middle, but Drew is able to stay with it, covering it off the mound, and just flip it over there to his first baseman to retire. Burrows, so that would take us to the 6th inning. The Panthers get no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 run left on base. The Jaguars are up to bat. Coming up to them will be their leadoff batter, top of the order, 1-2-3, trailing by a score of 1-4 here in Tankersley Field in game number 2 between Southern Jaguars and the Prairie University Panthers. You're listening to Double Mike Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field. Getting set here for top of the 6th inning for the Jaguars. Now it's up. The center fielder, number 50, Tyler Hawkins. His first pitch swing misses on that one. The next offering is down in the dirt to run the count now even to 1 ball and 1 strike to the Jaguars. Center fielder, he's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. As the next one, the ball is just fouled towards the Panthers dugout to make the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 offering from Dews. The fastball is going to catch the inside corner half. Hawkins guessing. He goes down, gets the sombrero. The trifecta goes down on strike for the 3rd time today. Now to bring up the second baseman, Jalen Mack. Jalen Mack is also 0 for 2 on it. And here with 2 strikeouts of his own. Now Dews drops a curveball, gets a check swing and approval down there to third base. Umpire Barnes said Mr. Mack didn't go around, so he's quickly down in the count. No balls and 1 strike as Drews is able to drop down a curveball here in the zone to run the count now to no balls and 2 strikes. Dudes virtual offensive ground ball. Played the hop well, nice over there by Forget. And Forget able to stay with it to retire. Mack on the 4-3 put out. So now to bring up the right fielder, number 7, Kyle Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe is 0 for 2. Grounded out to second base. Back in the first, and then a fly it out to center field in the 4. Kyle Ratcliffe comes in batted from the left-hand side. He takes Michael Jules' first pitch for a ball low for ball number 1. 1-0 offering from Jules. The ground ball is hit and gets past the underneath the glove of Moreno, but Forget able to stay with it and back him up. And Juice covering first base to retire Ratcliffe on the 4-1 put out. So that will take us to the bottom of the 6th inning here. The Jaguars get no runs off no hits, no errors, no run left on base. Panthers are leading by a score of 4-1, due up for the Panthers in their bottom half of the 6th inning will be Michael Smith, Trenton Bush, and Jordan Williams. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankerson Field, getting set for the bottom of the 6th inning for the Panthers. Leading off will be the right fielder, number 44, Michael Smith, as he first pitch swing just fouled this one straight back. He's quickly down in the count to no ball and 1 strike. Next offering from Drew to Smith is a fastball. Hits the outside corner to make the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Next offering from Drew to Smith. Change up that misses low. Make the count now to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just how significant this series is. With the win on yesterday, the Jaguars able to get a half-game lead over the Panthers in the West to improve their overall record in conference to a record of 11-7. Prairie fell down to 11-8 as this next one is a line drive over the second base head. Gets over into right field, quickly getting it back in is Ratcliffe. So Michael Smith is able to start off this bottom of the 6th inning with the leadoff single for the Panthers. So now to bring up the third baseman, Trenton Bush. Trenton Bush is 1 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Well, it's caught stealing back in the 4th inning. So now he's here squaring around, showing bunt first pitch, but pulls back on a low ball from Drew to make the count now 1 ball and no strike. Jaguars Endo played that, but the third baseman Allison has charged it in right now just in case Trenton Bush can get a bunt down successfully. He's unable to do just on that pitch right there as a bunt foul straight back to make the count now even 1 ball and 1 strike. Bush is trying to put this ball down the first base line as he is not able to connect on this one as a fastball is hit outside on a strike. Just at the knees, Trenton Bush didn't agree with it. So now he's down to 2 strikes and 1 ball. Next offering from Drew to Bush is a fastball that misses low to run the count even to 2-2. 2-2 offering from Drew is a ball that's hit to the opposite field. The line drive is going to get down. And Smith is only going to be able to advance to second as Bush is able to have a good 2-strike approach there and just hit someone over to the other side. So now to bring up number 15, Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams is 1 for 2. Hit a home run back in the 3rd inning to open up the frame for the Panthers and then lined out to center field back in the 4th. We have stoppage in the play right now as Rashard Grace wants to take time. go talk to his pitcher unless Chris Crenshaw is going to take time to come out the outlet. There is some activity going on in the Jaguars bullpen right now, so we'll step away momentarily. When we come back, we'll be here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Panthers have run on first and second. Listen to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field, as up to bat now is Jordan Monroe and Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams squaring around to show bunt, but couldn't get it down. Came in charging for first base. It's Sandiford. So Sandiford comes in on the corner as Augustin's going to stay put at third place in case they have a play at third base. So Williams ran around showing bunt early as there's a pickoff attempt back at second base. Sliding back in ahead safely is Michael Smith. Count here, no balls and a strike. To the Panthers, young designated hitter as his fastball missed outside. Run the count even to 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-0 offering from Drew to Williams, and the bunt that gets down the third base side. A great bunt by Williams. Williams does a job to advance the runner 90 feet. The runner's 90 feet. So now it'll bring up the catcher, Derek Lathan. Derek Lathan Jr. is 0 for 1 on the day so far. Struck out back in the third and a walk in the fourth. So now he's here with runners in scoring position, has the opportunity to extend this Panther lead. The infield will come in for the Jaguars. Now first pitch, the ball that misses high to Lathan. Lathan stands in about 5'9". The senior out of Zachary, Louisiana. Next offering is slider that misses outside and away for ball number 2. So quickly ahead in the count is Lathan. 2 balls and no strikes. Runners at second and third. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Next one is a fastball right down the middle. So in the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Winborn, straight center field. Next one, foul ball. Foul right back, out in front just a bit on that one is Derek Lathan. So now, wants to count even now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4-1 is our score here in game number 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Drew working from the windup. The next one is a fastball. Foul straight back as Derek is just staying alive now, trying to present his best 2-strike approach here. Next one, the fastball is going to hit the outside corner and catch Derek Lathan down on strikes looking. So now to bring up the shortstop, number 7, Isaac Davila. Davila is 1 for 2. Singled back in the third inning, then was caught stealing, and then flied out to left field to end the 4th. So now Drew's first offering to him. It's a fastball that misses outside and away for ball number 1. Next offering, another slider that missed away. Run the count now to 2 balls and no strikes. Next one is a fastball at Davila out in front on that one. So now the count is 2 balls. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 count. Misses outside. When the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Panthers shortstop. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners at second and third. Next one's a ball straight back. Hit the top of the railing here in the stands. So now it's a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Actually, that's going to be a curveball. It's going to drop inside the zone and catch and froze Davila. So now it's going to take us to the top of the 7th inning. The Panthers lead runners stranded at second and third. They did no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. The Panthers lead them by a score of 4-1. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field. And getting set and ready for the top of the 7th inning. Michael Dews is back out there for the Panthers. The 6'5" Kobe Jr. out of Arlington, Texas. So far has gone 6 innings, only giving up 1 hit. And 2 hits off 1 run. As he comes back here, drops in a curveball to Bird, but doesn't catch the inside of the plate for ball number 1. The pitcher that was warming up in the bullpen, this next ball is going to be a blooper that's going to get over the third base head and just roll into left field. As getting in quickly is Burrows to only keep Bird to a single. So now bring up the third baseman, Ryan Ollison. Pitcher that was warming up for the Jaguars was number 40, Caleb Washington, a lefty, 5'10", 170-pound senior. So now they'll bring up the third baseman as Dews works on his track, comes set, and kicks, fires a fastball that hits the outside corner to the Southern Jaguars third baseman. Bird takes another lead over there as Dews is going to do a pickoff tip over the first base, but Bird slides back in, hits safely. So Allison looking at his card, getting his signal for Coach Crenshaw as this was a hit and run action as Bird was on the move to second base, but all Allison could do was just foul this one straight back on the pitch that was inside in his hands. So now the count will run to no balls and 2 strikes. Another pickoff attempt over there to first base, but back in safely is Bird. The Tigers were able to score their lone run back in the 5th inning off of a sacrifice fly from Rashard Grace. That's another foul ball that's hit straight back out of play. So count will remain the same. So no balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Ollison. Dews comes set, kicks, fires. Fastball is going to hit the outside corner, freezes Ollison once again for a strike to the velocity. Catching Ollison by surprise a little bit right there. Was probably sitting on a breaking ball pitch. So now it'll bring up number 28, Donnie Sandiford, the first baseman. He's 0 for 1 in this contest. Struck out back in the second, and then had a sacrifice bunt back in 5th as late pickoff attempt over there back to first base as Lathan tried to sneak one by and tried to catch Bird napping, but he's back in safely. The first pitch from Dews is a strike to Sandiford. Next one's a breaking ball that had Sandiford out in front, but giving a ride is the center fielder, Jaden Williams, who stayed with it, making a over-the-shoulder catch at the warning track. That was a difficult catch as the wind just kept that one pushing. but just stayed enough right in front of the 4 or 5 fence line out there in center field. Retired Sandefur on the fly out. So now it'll bring up the catcher, number 19, Rashard Grace. Rashard Grace, 0 for 1. The sacrifice fly. That's got them their only run here. First pitch is a fastball and hit the outside corner for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike to the Jaguars catcher. Next one, the fly ball's hit out to center field once again, and camping underneath one is Jaden Williams once again, and that's going to retire the Jaguars. They get no runs off 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch here at John Tankersley Field. Panthers leading by a score of 4-1. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field as the new pitcher for the Jaguars will be Caleb Washington. The lefty coming in to replace the starter, Drew Lassendine. Able to go 6 innings. He went up 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 errors, striking out 6. And this afternoon is done, so now he turns it over in the hands of the bullpen. It's his first offering to the leadoff batter. Jaden Williams is inside for ball number 1. Next one, a ball that skips to Grace for ball number 2. Williams is 0 for 2. Fly out to right field. Walk back in the 3rd and a fly out to the pitcher in foul territory. His next one's a fastball right down the middle. Run the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Next offering from Washington to Williams, sliding, couldn't catch the outside corner. Now the count runs to 3 balls and 1 strike. This one's a fastball and this is just high and outside. And Williams gets on base safely for the 2nd time, reaching on with the walk. So now to bring up the second baseman, number 8, Legend Forget. Legend Forget is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Ground out to shortstop back in the 1st. Called out for interference back in the 3rd. And then struck out swinging back in the 5th. So he takes a ball 1. Pitch from Washington, misses low. Step out for a second, now back in the box, ready to go. Batted from the right hand side. It's a pick off for Timbo in at first base. Just check on Mr. Williams, but he's back in safely. Didn't have to go back too far and didn't have a big lead over there as lefty. Do have a tendency to catch runner leaning if they get him with the right move here and there. So Williams going to be cautionary over there at first base. So next offering from Washington misses low to run the count now to 3 balls and 2 no strikes. To the Panthers' second baseman. 4-1 is our score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As there's stoppage in play right now as White and Jalen Mack. I'm going to go talk to Washington, and now Rashard Grace will come join them as well, just to keep the junior settled down here. Excuse me, the senior. Now the home plate umpire, Bobby Lopez, tell the young men to wrap the meeting up. Let's get this ball game back on the road. But now Washington faces with a 3-0 count here to Legend Forget. Runner at first base, no outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. On deck for the Panthers is number 1, Jaden Monroe. 3-0 offering is a fastball that drops in there for strike number 1. 3-1 is the count to Forget. Washington comes set, kicks, fire, Forget still showing it squaring around for bunt, but that ball misses low for ball number 4. So back-to-back walks for the Panthers. Now to bring up the first baseman, Jaden Moreno. Jaden Moreno is 1 for 2 on the afternoon with the hit by pitch back in the 4th, doubled back in the 5th inning, and he's squaring around showing bunt. Couldn't get that one down, fouled down third base line. So with no outs here, Riggins wants Monroe to do a job and advance those running 90 feet and wants to try and at least get this one down the third base side with the first baseman charging in and be a tougher play as this ball misses inside. Run the count now even to 1 ball and 1 strike to the Panthers' first baseman. Monroe choking up on the bat. He is squaring around for a bunt. And this one's going to foul straight back as Sandiford charging in hard. And if Moreno was not able to play that bunt down, Sandiford maybe would have had to play at third base. But now the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the ball misses and gets away from Rashard Grace on the wild pitch, unable to block it successfully as the curveball that got away from Washington. And the runners will advance 90 feet. So now you have runners at second and third with no outs here. See if Crenshaw's going to bring in that infield, and the infield is making their way towards the end, so there will be a play at the play of the ball that's hitting the infield at this next 2-2 offering. From Washington, misses low and away to run the count now full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two offering is a ground ball is hit, and it's going to get over the head of the first baseman. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Moreno's going to slide in safely with the no out RBI. 2 base double.
Number 18, Michael Burrows.
So now to bring up the left fielder, Michael Burrows. Michael Burrows is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. And that will extend the Panthers' lead now here to 6-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Nice one of the ball and hit straight back. Out of play. No balls and 1 strike here to the Panthers' left fielder. Washington checking on Moreno. Offering change up and then a swing and a miss. Had Burrows out in front to make the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. O2 offering is a ground ball is hit to KJ White, the shortstop, and he feels it. Runs this one in just a little bit to keep Monroe at second base and is able to retire. Burrows does on the 6th to be put out.
Right fielder, number 44.
So now to bring up the right fielder, number 44, Michael Smith. Michael Smith is 2 for 3. Singled his last plate appearance back in the 6th and hit a home run, a 3-run home run in the 4th, which gave the Panthers the lead, extended the lead 4-0. And struck out back in the 2nd. So this first offering from Washington to Smith misses low and inside for ball number 1 with the base open. You'll see if Washington decides to come at Smith, as this next one is going to hit Smith in the foot actually. So Michael Smith is going to advance to first base. So now it'll bring up the third baseman, number 11, Trenton Bush. Trenton Bush is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Single back in the 6th inning. The single in the 4th and was caught still and hit to a double play to end the inning back in the 2nd as Coach Crenshaw makes his way out to the pitcher's mound to talk to his lefty, and we'll step away momentarily as we're here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Panthers leading by a score of 6-1. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the John Tankersley Field. Here in game number 2, where the Panthers are leading right now by a score of 6-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We do have a new pitcher now for the Southern Jaguars. Coming into pitch will be number 8, Jaden Brazo. So Brazo, the 5'9" senior, 185 pounds, out of Euless, Louisiana, transfer from Eunice Community College. It's going to get the call from the pen from Mr. Crenshaw. So he comes in with runners at second, from first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And he started off with lead-off walk by Williams, and then Forget was able to reach with the walk of his own, and then Monroe was able to score both runners with a double right over the ground ball that got over the head of the outstretched first baseman to roll out to right field, and then Burroughs rounded out to shortstop for the 1 out here in the 7th inning. So Michael Smith was just hit by a pitch which called Crenshaw to make this pitching change. So now it'll bring up and have the third baseman Trent Bush, as there's a pickoff attempt. This ball almost got away to center field, but able to be at the bag to make the catch back in safely was Monroe. Making the catch was Jalen Mack. So now we have runners first and second. Sanford even with the bag just in case Trenton Bush wants to lay down a bunt, but curveball froze Bush that drops in there in the zone for strike number 1. Next one is a curveball that had Bush way out in front on that swing right there. Now the count runs to no balls and 2 strikes. Jaguars in double play formation. So he's trying to see him get a ground ball, get out of his inning, but he's able to retire Trenton Bush on 3 pitches, on 3 straight curveballs to get the second out here. So now to bring up the designated hitter, Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams, 1 for 2, homer, solo home run back in the 3rd, and lined out to center field in the 4th inning, then sacrifice bunt. First pitch is in for a strike on the outside to the Panthers' designated hitter. Batting from the right-hand side. So, righty gets a sign from Richard. Comes in, drops in, a curveball is going to miss high and inside. The count will run even now to 1 ball and 1 strike. 6-1 is our score. The Panthers able to extend their lead here at the bottom of the 7th by scoring 2 runs. Next one's a ground ball is going to get past the short stretch glove of Ollison at third base, as this is able to score Monroe from second, as the throw in from Bird was not in time. And this would allow Michael Smith and Jordan Williams to advance a back off the throw. So Williams will be credited for the single and the RBI. So now we have runners at second and third here. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Now to bring up the catcher, Derek Lathan Jr. He takes first pitch for a fastball on the outside the knees for strike number 1. Lathan Jr. is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. 2 strikeouts and a walk back in the 4th. Next one's a ground ball hit off the end of the bat down the first base line. This one's just going to roll foul. Now he's quickly facing down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Panthers able to pick up their 3rd run here in the 7th inning. Lead now is 7-1 for the Panthers. There is some activity going on in the Panthers bullpen right now. That's number 12, Elijah Brennan. That's getting loose and warm right now. See if he's going to get the duties to start off the 8th inning. But dude, so far has pitched a magnificent game. A game that the Panthers need to come out away with here. Keep their season alive in the hunt towards SWAC tournament that's coming up here. Next one's a ground ball that's hit to the shortstop, KJ White. He's able to field it and toss over to Sanford to retire Lathan Jr. on the 6-3 putout, but the Panthers are able to pick up 3 runs in that inning off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We're going to the top of the 8th inning. The Panthers leading by a score of 7-1 here. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field, as the Panthers are leading by a score of 7-1, heading here to the top of the 8th inning, due up for the Jaguars. Will be 8-9, then back to the top. Leading off will be Jacoby Radcliffe, the designated hitter, who's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. But so far, they have caught Michael Dews on the right day. So far, 10 strikeouts on the afternoon.
The score is 7-1.
4 ground outs and 4 flyouts here as he's getting his. Trying to see if we can complete 8 innings of work here. First offering is a curveball that drops in for a strike to Radcliffe. Dews. 0-1 offering is another curveball. Just misses outside. Run the count even to 1-1. Prairie View can find a way to come out victorious here. If the lead remains the same, they'll be a half game ahead of a Southern, and then an also more important rubber match for tomorrow, as this 1-2 offering is going to hit Radcliffe. Second hit by batter here in this game for Dews. So now we'll have runners at first with no outs to bring up the shortstop, KJ White. KJ White is 0 for 2. Struck out looking both times back in the 3rd and 5th inning. We'll see if he try and at least stay out of the double play and give the Jaguars at least amount the hit to the 3rd least amount of double plays, but Dews would sure love a ground ball pitch here. That's first one is a fastball, hits the inside of the corner for strike number 1. Dews checks on Radcliffe. Comes to Radcliffe on the run, miss hit and run. Lathan Jr.'s throw is not going to be in time. As Radcliffe will still second base. So now runners in scoring position now for the Jaguars. No balls and 2 strikes here to KJ White. Dudes 0-2. It's a ground ball. It's going to be hit to the second baseman. Forget he has this and throws it over to Monroe at first base. But Ratcliffe is able to advance to third. So now we have one out here in the top of the eighth and bring up the leadoff batter, number 50, Tyler Hawkins. Hawkins is wearing the sombrero right now. Has 3 strikeouts here in game number 2. Struck out swinging back in the first, struck out looking in the fourth and the sixth. So Dudes seems to have his number here. As his first pitch is a curveball that drops in on the inside for a strike. So quickly ahead is Dudes. So Panthers infield playing back. Will give up the run, trade it in for an out for a ground ball. So the next one's a fastball that hits the inside as Hawkins is disagreeing with that one by the home plate umpire, Bala Lopez. Pitch count now is no balls and 2 strikes. Dudes curveball misses away. Nice block by Lathan Jr. to keep Ratcliffe at third base, but now the count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 7-1 is our score here in the top of the 8th inning. 1-2 offering from Dudes. The ball is hit out of play. Will keep Hawkins alive.
I can't do it.
So now 1-2 offering from Dudes to Hawkins, a swing and a miss. As Lathan just applied the tag on Hawkins, but Hawkins is going to go down on strike swinging for his 4th strikeout. And Michael Dudes picks up his 11th strikeout. So now to bring up the second baseman, Jalen Mack. Jalen Mack is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, grounded out to second base back in the 6th. So 2 outs here for Michael Dudes. As his first one is a strike that drops in. Curveball, no balls and 1 strike. Next one's a ground ball. It's hit 2. Again, it's going to be off of his palm. Trying to make the play, sliding to his left. Glove hand side, but couldn't come up away with it. So all depends on how you want to score it. Should have been a routine out. Should get the error on that one. So that run is going to come in to score from third. This next and first pitch from Dudes is going to be a curveball that drops in for a strike. So now the score is 7-2 here in the top of the 8th. Pick off a tip over there, first base, checking on Mac, but he slides back in, head safely. So up to bat now is the right fielder, Kyle Ratcliffe. Kyle Ratcliffe is over 3. Dudes, first pitch. 2. Ratcliffe, the ball is hit the other way towards the left hand side. And off the glove of the stretch third baseman. Couldn't come up away with the line drive hit. But Ratcliffe is able to get his first knock on the day. This will be a double. And Mac will advance to third. So now Coach Riggins is going to make his way out to the mound. We'll see if this will conclude Dudes' afternoon, but so far he's given everything he's got here in this contest. So we'll step away momentarily as we're here in the top of the 8th inning. The Jaguars are able to score 1 run to cut their deficit down to 7-2. We're going to stay right here now as the meeting from Coach Riggins has it. Junior going to keep his starter out there. Only needing one more out here to try to get out of this 8th inning with minimal damage done, but does have runners at 2nd and 3rd. Now up to bring up to plate will be the left fielder, number 20, Cameron Bird. Cameron Bird is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Flied out to center field, back in the 2nd, double in the 5th, and a single back in the 7th inning. So this takes Dew's fastball outside for ball number 1. Dews comes set, drops a curveball in for strike number 1 to run the count even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Dews trying to retire Mr. Bird here. Bird is trying to see if he can keep the inning alive. 1 swing of the bat. So the next one is a ball and misses low and away. Count will run down to 2 balls and 1 strike. Dews gets a sign from Lathan Jr. Comes set, kicks, fires a curveball. It's going to miss low and away. Now, the count will run to 3 balls and 1 strike. One offering from Dews. The ground ball is hit to the shortstop, Isaac Devalia is able to retire Bird on a 6-3 putout, and that will take us to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Jaguars able to get 1 run off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning with this Jaguars and the Panthers. Here in game number 2, the Panthers leading by a score of 7-2. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to John Tankersley Field as bring up to bat now to lead off this bottom half of the 8th inning for the Panthers is the shortstop, Isaac Devalia. Takes first pitch for ball number 1 from Brazil. Jaden Brazil, who's back out there. His next offering misses low to make the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Two offering misses low. Correction count. First pitch was a strike, so now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Devillion should be diving though. It's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He takes his next one for a ball. Run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Next one's a fastball. Hits the outside corner at the knees to make the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch from Brazil is a curveball that misses inside for ball number 4. So Devalia starts this inning off with the walks. Now to bring up the center fielder, number 1, Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams is 0 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 walks. Fly out to right field and fly out to foul territory to the pitcher back in the 5th. Does have 1 run scored. Able to come around to score off the double by Monroe back in the 7th. So first pitch to him misses for ball number 1. Going around showing bunt, but this was going to be foul off the plate.
Do a job.
So now the count will run to 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck for the Panthers, their second baseman today, number 8, Legend Forget.
Good job.
Laid down, coming off the mound. Going to make the play is Brazeau, who's going to retire. Williams going to sacrifice bunt. But Devalia is able to advance to second. So job well done by the leadoff batter, Williams. So now to bring up second baseman, Legend Forget. Forget is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Grounded out to shortstop in the first. Called out for interference in the third. Struck out swinging in the fifth. Walked. And then later came around to score back in the seventh. There's the ball. First pitch swing hit out to the center fielder. Hawkins had to turn around and go make a run on it. Tagging from second. Advancing to third is Devalia. So Forget is retired on the 1 pitch, 1 out to the center fielder, Hawkins. So now it'll bring up the first baseman, Jaden Monroe. Monroe is 1 for 2. The ball is going to be down the first base line. Monroe is looking for 3, and Monroe is going to have 3. As those getting in, the throw down to third is going to be not in time, as Monroe is in with the stand-up triple, able to score the value from second, and the Panthers able to get that run back they gave up in the top of the 8th to extend their lead now 8-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Another insurance run here will be icing on the cake for the Panthers, as his first pitch from Brazeau drops in for a curveball inside the zone to the new batter now, Michael Burrows. Michael Burrows is 2 for 4. It's his first pitch. Second pitch to Burrows is the line drive is hit out to left field. Making a catch on that is Bird to retire Burrows on the 2 pitch out. That's going to take us to the top of the 9th inning. The Panthers able to get 1 run off of 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. The Panthers leading by a score of 8-2. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back to, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting set and ready here for the top of the 9th inning. Michael Dews is back out there for the Panthers, trying to see if he can get this complete game under his belt. Just got word that the Panthers will be doing a doubleheader today, so we will be giving you coverage for that. They're trying to get these games in with the rain that's supposed to come in tomorrow. So the next game will start probably 30 minutes. It's an hour right after this one concludes. Dudes here ready to get this 9th inning underway. Due up for him. Jaguars is the third baseman, number 23, Ryan Allison. First pitch from Dews misses for ball number 1. Next one is a curveball. Couldn't catch the inside of the plate. The miss for 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch from Dews is a fastball. It's called for strike in at the knees. So now the count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one off, and it's a ball that's hit to third base. Is going to be out. He's going to be safe. Trent Bush couldn't come up with the catch. Had to leap for that one again, but out of his tipped his glove. So Allison's able to reach on base safely to start off this top of the 9th inning with a single, as looks like Riggins is going to come out for a pitching change. I like that's going to be it for Michael Dews, So we'll step away momentarily. Here in the top of the ninth inning, the Panthers leading by a score of 8-2. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the ninth inning here in Tankersley Field. As the new pitcher for the Panthers is number 12, Elijah Brendan, the right-hander, 6'5", COVID junior out of North Lake, Texas, transfer from Ranger College. So Michael Dew's afternoon innings, going 8 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, one of those being earned, walking 0 while striking out 11. So Dew will be in position here for the win as Brendan's coming in for the save now. Now, we hear in the top of the ninth, runner on first base, no outs. Now to bring up the first baseman, number 28, Donnie Sandiford. Sandiford is 0-2. Struck out back in the second, a sacrifice bunt in the fifth, flied out to center field back in the seventh. So Brandon, first pitch, fastball, and misses outside for ball number 1. Brandon's going to be working with the fastball, change up and slider. Next pitch is a ball that's hit into the infield. Making a read on it is Moreno with the wind and kind of blew that ball away from him, but able to stick with it and retire Sandiford. So now we'll bring up the catcher, Rashard Grace. Rashard Grace is 0-2. Brendan sure would love a ground ball here. Tire Jaguars, and they can take game 2 here, but game 1 of a doubleheader for today. So pick off Tim over there on Allison, but he slides back in safe. There's a pitch that's hit out to the outfield, and making the catch is Jaden Williams to retire Grace on the 1 pitch out. So now there's 2 outs here. The Jaguars are down to their last out. And will bring up the designated hitter, number 21, Jacoby Ratcliffe. We do have a pinch runner now for the Jaguars at first base. Running for them is number 48, Damian Johnson. As there's a pickoff attempt to catch Johnson, stealing, and Jaden Monroe couldn't get the throw in time to second base. Ran with it just a bit too much, and this ball ended up hitting the new pinch runner, Johnson, in the bag, and the ball was able to bounce off of him just deep enough in the outfield to allow him to advance to another bag to third base. So he's now standing at third round. First pitch here to Ratcliffe is a slider that catches the outside for strike number 1 as Jacoby Ratcliffe disagreeing with that one. Next one, fastball, and misses outside. Going to count even to 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 run offering as a ground ball is fouled away down the first base side. So now the Jaguars are down in their last strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Runner at third base. 2 outs here at the top of the 9th inning. 8-2 is our score here in game number 2. Brandon comes set. Kicks, fires. Curveball, couldn't catch the outside. Now the count runs to even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the designated hitter. 2-2 pitch from Brendan. It's a swing and a miss. And Jacoby Ratcliffe is going to go down on strikes, swinging to end game number 2. And the Panthers are able to get a much-needed win here.
Your final score,
So that will end matters here in game number 1. Excuse me, in game number 2. Panthers come out victorious by a score of 8-2. And we'll be right back to give you coverage of game number 3. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. I want to thank you for tuning in. Until then, we'll see you on the other side.